So get ready to take a step back to the 1940s.
Yeah, Nathan Gidley, you took the first fall color excursion for the Indiana Rail Experience, and you say that's what it feels like. What was it like?
It was a super cool experience. Riders gathered at Pleasant Lake, Indiana on the morning of October 7th and 8th, ready to embark on a journey to and from Hillsdale, Michigan. What met their eyes was the historic nickel plate road steam locomotive number 765, looking just like when it was first built on September 8th, 1944.
You got to see this. You got to experience it. You got to ride on it. Even the smell of things is just awesome.
Definitely get out and try it. It's a really neat experience. If you can, come and dress. They love to see people dressed up, period. Highly recommend it.
Named Indiana's best new experience by the Indiana State Tourism Office, the Indiana Fall Color Train Trip is part of a new rail tourism program that's in its second year. Boarding a 1940s steam-powered passenger train is a rarity that people come from all over the world to be a part of.
Going somewhere by train, riding behind a steam locomotive, being on this equipment from the golden era of rail transportation is really evocative, it's romantic, it's special. We're so happy to share it with as many people as we've been able to this year.
Built by Lima Locomotive Works in Lima, Ohio, the locomotive stands 15 feet tall, is 100 feet long, weighs 404 tons, can reach up to 80 miles per hour, and is powered by 22 tons of coal and 22,000 gallons of water or more. Its final freight run was in 1958 before it was retired and donated to the city of Fort Wayne. After having sat in Lawton Park for many years, it was restored from 1974 to 1979 and again from 2000 to 2006.
It's a team effort. There's a lot of guys behind the scenes that are part of the crew that do the maintenance work on it, do the servicing work on the locomotive. The actual operation of the locomotive, it only takes two of us. There's an engineer on the right-hand side and there's a fireman on the left-hand side. The fireman is actually the guy that's responsible for keeping the water in the boiler and shoveling the coal into the firebox and making steam that the engineer uses to pull the train.
Passengers aboard the train have a variety of different accommodations to choose from. You could ride in an open car, a deluxe coach, first class, in a suite, or in a private car. Once in Hillsdale, riders could shop at local businesses and eat at local restaurants. Now, unfortunately, the drought conditions in place at the time and the warm start to October delayed the fall foliage, but there was still some to be found out the windows along the way. Cooler and rainier conditions later in the month have since helped the colors become more vibrant. Ultimately, the Railroad Historical Society looks to continue to grow and expand train experiences like this one.
In order to continue expanding this program, in order to increase our capacity and our ridership, we're embarking on a $2 million capital campaign to restore 7 vintage passenger cars from the golden era of rail transportation. The more seats, the more cars, the more people, the more of the impact that these events will have, and the more opportunities people will have to get to experience this incredible Indiana history.
Local coverage you can count on continues with meteorologist Nathan Gidley's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
What a great experience it was on that trip, run completely by volunteers. Next up for the Indiana Rail Experience is the Indiana Christmas Train, where you can board a diesel-powered train. You can learn much more and find out how you can volunteer yourself by visiting this story on Wayne.com.